Today is the day. It is New York Toy Fair, and Hasbro has just officially announced a whole bunch of new Ghostbusters product, including the return of the original real Ghostbusters toys. We're going to talk about all of that and more today on Geek Dad Life. Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Gladfelter here, and it's only been less than 24 hours since I posted the last video with all of the kind of reveals that were happening from New York Toy Fair, and we got even more stuff and more information today, and a lot of things to cover. Let's just jump right into it. So first up, it is confirmed we are getting re-releases of the original first wave of real Ghostbusters toys by Kenner. This is my own original mock Peter Venkman, and by the looks of it, it was kind of first confirmed this morning on the Hollywood Reporter. I'll put a link in the description, but it's going to be all of the original figures that were released in Wave 1, so the original Core 4 Ghostbusters, Stay Puft, and Slimer. And they're going to be $14.99 each, and an exclusive of Walmart that is coming out this spring. Pre-orders were supposed to happen today at 4 p.m. Eastern, and they still aren't up online. I have been refreshing it, checking all day. I'll put a link in the description for the actual place where you're going to find it on Walmart.com with all of the other exclusives that they talked about today at New York Toy Fair. But still, I'm so excited for the return of these figures. I know a lot of people online are very excited, and it's just such a really cool thing. They've done it before with their Transformers kind of re-released figures in the original packaging, and by the looks of it, it looks just about exactly the same. The only differences that I see are there's no number on the top, and the way it says ages 4 and up is different, which says ages 4 plus instead of ages 4 and up. And then the tray that holds the Neutrona wand and the stream coming out of it actually holds it in place. The original ones, they're just kind of loose in there. And as we talked about on last night's episode, the band comes from the middle, not the bottom. The actual plastic used for the pack seems to be a lighter blue as well. And then the ghosts seem to be more translucent than the original ones. Another thing that I noticed in the pictures is the plastic seems to be a little bit a harder plastic than the ones that were used on the original figures. Which I think is probably better. Something that people that collect the vintage line know well is that this plastic has been degrading, and you'll see a lot of them are kind of sticky, or a lot of them will get those little, we call them like plastic cancer, those little black spots or different discoloration to the plastic. So going to the hard plastic might actually make it last longer, which will be a good thing. And this is an example of the cord coming out of the back middle of it. But still so cool that people are going to be able to buy these figures for $15, which is awesome. I mean, just finding a complete one without a broken pack, in decent condition, open, is going to be $30. And like I said on last night's video, to find a mint carded original first wave figure can be upwards of a couple $1,000s. So that's huge. Another difference that I noticed on the Stay Puft figure, the face looked a little bit different. It looked a little bit smaller, a little bit shrunken. It may just been that prototype one, and I'll be curious to see if it's as kind of squishy as the original Stay Puft toy was. And also that insert that's holding it is different than the original one as well. It's a little bit more sturdily secure in that box. But the bubbles seem to be exactly the same to that original first wave. I have an example of what the later wave Stay Puft, it was actually kind of actually shaped to the Stay Puft, but the first one was just like the one that we're seeing, the square bubble on the card. And then the Slimer as well, pretty much identical. The only difference is up here in the corner where it actually has like its unique number as well as ages 4 and up. It just says ages 4 plus on that one. Be curious to see how they handle the back of that original Wave artwork because it just had pictures essentially of the prototype figures that were in the Toy Fair, New York Toy Fair a promotional magazine that Kenner put out in 1986. So I'll be curious to see what they put on the back. I would assume they're going to pretty much try and mirror it as best as possible since the front is so mirrored. I talked about it yesterday, but I did kind of want to show the evolution of those card backs for the original figure. So that's what we're getting with the original one. Then we went to a purple back with still the white text. And then that back changed, including the Ecto 1, some of the Gooper ghosts, Ectoplasm, and some more of the ghosts that were added to that original wave. And then we get to the last version of the card back for those original 4 figures, where we have the yellow text on the bottom, but still similar card back. So all in all, really excited, really pumped for these figures. I know some people are stressed and worried that it's a Walmart exclusive, but hopefully if these pre-orders go up, everyone will get a chance to pick them up. And again, at $15 is a really reasonable price. I want to buy like a whole bunch of these, so I'm going to try and pre-order them. Luckily, hopefully, if I'm able to. And then I will be hunting for these in the wild. I'll shoot video of that Geek hunt as well. Or Geek Quest, I should say. So yeah, that is just, that alone would have made all of this, it would have been more than enough. It would have been more than enough if it was just that announcement. But we got so much more. So we had the Plasma series confirmed. So the video that we posted about a month ago with the inside scoop was confirmed, and these figures look fantastic. It looks like they are using that photorealistic sculpting because the head sculpts look really good. The accessories look good. If I only had to have one little nitpick is each figure has a unique accessory, and Winston's the only one with the proton beam attachment. I hope they make maybe like an extra pack with extra traps. I think Peter's the only one with the trap. Ecto goggles, Ray's the only one with the ecto goggles, which makes sense because that was mainly his thing. And Egon with the PKE meter. So again, I get each one and the one they got, but I would love to have some more proton streams. However, Hasbro, however you can do that would be really cool. Gozer looks great. The Zool Dana Barrett's looks fantastic. And then the Build-A-Figure Terror Dog looks really cool. So really excited for that series. That is available for pre-order now. So I had a lot of people when I did that scoop video ask, how can I get these figures? Well, you can just pre-order it. So not having to stress about the hunt is awesome. It's on Amazon. It's on Hasbro Pulse. It will be on it's on Walmart on that page as well, that link that I'm going to be sharing. So plenty of places to pre-order that. So during their live presentation for Ghostbusters, they actually had Ivan and Jason Reitman come out, which was really cool to have them kind of talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife and what Ghostbusters means to them. But two really cool moments happened. One was when they brought out an actual prop of kind of what the Neutrona Wand or the Proton Blaster looks like now. But then they announced that they are doing a realistic prop replica of Egon's Neutrona Blaster or Proton Blaster, and it looks awesome. I bought the Matty Collector one when that one came out. I did end up selling it because they never made the full pack. But maybe this is hopefully a start that we can get a full pack. But it's also $50 cheaper than that Matty Collector one was. It's $99 on pre-order right now on Hasbro Pulse. I got mine pre-ordered. The only bummer is that it is not coming out till September 1st, or not going to be shipped until September 1st. So hopefully maybe like that timeline can be moved up a little bit, but still it'll be a long wait till we get our Neutrona Wands. But it also has an awesome stand, so really, really cool. Hopefully a lot of people pre-order this thing so that Hasbro's like, all right, let's go all out. Let's do the Proton pack as well. And the last really neat moment was they had a gift for both Ivan and Jason Reitman, and it was in a Tobin Spirit Guide book, which I thought was really neat. But then opening up, they were actual action figure versions of Jason and Ivan Reitman as Ghostbusters, which was really neat, and some exclusive accessories of their scene clacker or whatever they call those things. But I thought that was a really neat thing. Jason Reitman posted pictures of those figures on his Instagram page, which I'm showing right now, probably, as you're seeing this. So that's really, really cool. And then Bleeding Cool, I will post a link to this as well, had a lot, like probably the most, or the most shots of the booth that I've seen. So a lot of stuff that we covered yesterday from Data Cool's pictures, but in a little bit more detail. We got more shots of the Ecto-1. We got more shots of the Fright Features Muncher figure, which looks really cool, which is that new ghost from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Great shots of the Slimer and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Some of the plushies. Kind of an ectoplasm playset, which looks really cool. Some great pictures of the retro figures, as well as Ghostbusters Plasma series. And some pictures of the role-play accessories in their packaging, which looks, it's kind of just sitting on hang tags, which is really neat. So for the price point, makes sense, and really cool that we're going to have access to these. No representation from those 12-inch figures, so we still haven't seen those yet. I assume they'll be stylized like these 5-inch figures, but it's yet to be seen how those will look. So much awesome news coming out of New York Toy Fair. A lot of other stuff as well. I mean, NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff looks amazing. The Back to the Future stuff looks awesome. Just a lot of really cool stuff. But the things that had me most excited was all of this Ghostbusters goodness. So, I hope you are excited. Let me know in the comments below what has you most excited that's coming out of New York Toy Fair. It could be Ghostbusters. It could be anything else related. What's the one thing that you really need to buy? Or if you already pre-ordered something, let me know. I will keep refreshing that Walmart page until those vintage Kenner figures drop. And it'll be a fun geek quest as well to try and find those in the wild. Like, take me back to my youth and seeing those vintage Ghostbusters toys on the toy shelves once again. I really, really can't wait for that moment. And hopefully Walmart doesn't butcher it. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Geek Dad Life. If you like what we do here on the channel, hit like, hit subscribe, and click on that bell icon to be notified when the latest episode of Geek Dad Life drops. Later this week, we're going to be doing a Throwback Thursday, where we're going to do a deep dive into that first wave of real Ghostbusters figures, the ones that are going to be re-release exclusive on Walmart. It's my favorite toy wave and line of all time, so no problem at all for me to wax poetic about those toys. So be on the lookout for that later this week. Tons of videos to come. Anything that's geeky that's coming out that I'm excited about, going to be doing videos about. So definitely subscribe, and I would love to chat with you and be a part of this community with you. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Until next time, hasta luego, and goodbye.